We know that Seth freaking Rollins and the OTC Roman Reigns have never had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. These two have had beef with each other for over 11 years now. And as we look into the future, with an injured Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns fighting off Seth Rollins' new faction, eventually Seth Rollins is going to return to once again take down Roman Reigns once and for all. We know that Roman Reigns has never pinned Seth Rollins in his career, which could lead to next year WrestleMania ending the beef once and for all. So in this video, I will give you all the build-up on my prediction on how we will get to Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns in the Night 1 main event of WrestleMania 42 Vegas. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's going to be nice to record. Always remember, smash the like and subscribe button to the Flippy channel. And let's get into this one. First of all, we know at SummerSlam this weekend, the OTC Roman Reigns will team with main event Jey Uso to fight Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker in a tag team match, who are accompanied by, obviously, the Oracle, Paul Heyman. These two, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, I think they should beat Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, you know. I think Roman Reigns, his first SummerSlam match in 2 years. Jey Uso, again, his first SummerSlam match in 2 years. Funny enough, these two, the last time they faced at SummerSlam was against each other for the undisputed WWE Universal title, which obviously Reigns ended up winning in tribal combat. But this time round, though, they team to try and take down Rollins' lackeys of Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, which is a tough match, you know. These two are the future of the WWE, and Paul Heyman, he's always got a trick up his sleeve, so he can pull off anything to try and take down Uso and Reigns. But in my prediction, Uso and Reigns will beat Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker, taking them down. And later in the night, CM Punk will defeat Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship and finally get his dream of winning a world title since returning from WWE and finally proving himself that he deserves to be back in the company. But the OTC Roman Reigns will spear Bronson Reed and pin Bronson Reed to get the W. I think he'll be more focused on Bron Breakker in the match more than anything. But I do think that he will pin Bronson Reed, because you know Bron Breakker's hype. We can't be really taking the half and just getting pinned clean like that. So I think Bronson Reed will be able to take the pin for this one, you know. I think Roman Reigns will get the pin as well, you know, him coming back for this SummerSlam match. But after this match, after Reigns and Uso beat Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, I think Reigns will say to Uso on the Raw after SummerSlam, I've got to go away for a little bit once again to go and film my new Street Fighter movie. But I will be back soon enough. So he says, can you promise me that you will take care of things, dealing with Bronson and Bron Breakker with the help of the likes of Sami Zayn, Penta and LA Knight, to just keep things in stack and finally keep them not being the number one competition and just ruling Monday Night Raw before Seth Rollins returns and also taking down the threat. And Jey Uso says, I promise you, Chief, that I will put them in their place and we will put them down, making them a less of a threat. So we know that Uso promised Reigns that he would keep Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker intact, but sadly, it doesn't go to plan. With Seth Rollins lining up his return and Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed getting ready to make sure that Rollins has no threat when he comes back, they take down Uso and put Uso in a bad state, needing Roman Reigns to come back. So while Uso's getting beat up once again, we hear the run-dun-dun. Roman Reigns is back. The OTC is returned. And he is here to take down Bron Breakker, who is viciously going at Jey Uso, trying to put him out of action. So, the Raw after that all happened, the Raw after Roman Reigns' return, Bron Breakker comes out and says, you know, Roman, I see you as a finished guy and I can beat you. So I challenge you at Crown Jewel to a one-on-one match. And there it is. Bron Breakker versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel to see who has got the better spear and if Roman Reigns can take down Seth Rollins' right-hand man. So, Crown Jewel comes. Reigns, Breakker. Very, very good match. And Bron Breakker's on top for most of the match. Showing his young class and showing that Roman Reigns is slowly slowing down, you know. He's getting older. He's not got the same speed he used to a couple of years ago. But eventually, Roman Reigns will pick up the gas. You know, he will Superman punch. He will fight his way through, knowing that his cousin will be helped and will be protected by this. He'll want to know for his family, helping his cousin and helping his allies and getting away these threats. So eventually, Paul Heyman messes up, trying to put a chair in the ring, and the referee gets distracted. Bron Breakker misses with a spear, and Reigns hits Superman punch, then 2 spears on Breakker, pins him 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns defeats Bron Breakker, putting him in his place and saying, I've still got it. Roman Reigns defeats Bron Breakker to get a big win over the right-hand man of Seth freaking Rollins, and moves on to getting nearer to challenging Seth Rollins once again. Later that night, while CM Punk challenges John Cena in the Crown Jewel Championship match. You know, CM Punk being the World Heavyweight Champion, challenging John Cena in an undisputed WWE Championship match. Obviously, Punk loses, we know. But while Punk is beaten up, Cena hits him with the belt once again, and then you hear "Burn It Down." Seth Rollins returns for the first time since Saturday night's main event in early July, and cashes in his Money in the Bank contract, stomping Punk's head into the mat, and winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Him being the first ever champion wins his title back, and being a world champion once again, and Paul Heyman can finally hold a title back in his arms. And this disgusts Roman and all the other allies, knowing that Seth has got more power than he ever has for a very, very long time. So this leads us to Survivor Series War Games, where Roman challenges Seth to a War Games match. Seth has in this time recruited new members in the former NXT North American champion Ethan Page, and obviously him himself, Melo Don't Miss, Melo's Money, Carmelo Hayes joins the faction to try and get something going. So there it will be. Reigns finally aligns his team, teaming with CM Punk, which I think happened last year, but we thought was a one-time occurrence. But no, it's a two-time occurrence. Obviously, main event Jey Uso, Penta, and Sami Zayn will go on as a 5-man match, a 5 tag team, you know, to take down this team of Rollins, all wanting to have the same accomplishment, taking down Seth Rollins. So it will be, obviously, the OTC Roman Reigns, the best in the world, former World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, main event Jey Uso, Penta, and Sami Zayn against Carmelo Hayes, Ethan Page, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Seth freaking Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, all going up against each other, with Paul Heyman in the corner of Seth Rollins, with this new young group trying to show and make the future of the WWE. So in this match, Rollins' team is dominating, you know. These lot can't get the upper hand, you know. The younger generation is dominating, you know, showing that they're younger and they can do more stuff. But eventually, Reigns' team picks up momentum. With Reigns and Punk finally coming out, they get the upper hand on Rollins and Breakker, finally putting each other down. And later in the match, everyone's down. Punk hits a GTS on Rollins. Reigns with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns finally pins Seth Rollins for the first time ever in his career clean, to win once again at War Games and take down Seth Rollins' team. And we have main event Jey Uso, Penta, Sami Zayn, CM Punk and Roman Reigns celebrating on top of the stage, while Rollins is disgusted and furious with his team for letting that happen. And Rollins knows now that Reigns and Punk will be on his back, wanting the title back to their home. So Roman Reigns enters the Royal Rumble match in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, knowing that his goal is to win the Rumble match and challenge Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. But sadly, it doesn't go to plan. Reigns comes in the match dominating, making a lot of eliminations and feeling confident that he's going to win his second Royal Rumble match 11 years on from his first win. So it comes down to the final 3, being Sami Zayn, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And these 3 men all teamed at War Games to go at Seth Rollins, and all they want to do is face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania to get that world title. Sami Zayn wanted his first ever world title in WWE, something he's been chasing for many, many years now. CM Punk wanted his title back that he got robbed out of. And Roman Reigns wanted to finally take down Seth Rollins, being his biggest enemy of his career, and finally win that world title, adding another one to his caliber of his elite title range. So later in this match, these 3 men are going at it, you know, they all want the same goal. And while all 3 men are fighting, or actually, no, Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn are fighting. They're going at it, you know, they both want the same goal. Punk capitalizes, throwing them both over the top rope. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble. And we're all thinking that he's going to challenge Seth Rollins, you know. But he says no. He challenges a heel Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 42 for the undisputed WWE title. So that match is confirmed. Roman Reigns has missed out once again on a Royal Rumble victory, coming so close and being number 2 for the 4th time in his career, missing out by a thread. Sami Zayn is devastated, you know. He's losing belief quickly that he's ever going to win a world title. And Reigns just looks up to the WrestleMania sign, not knowing what's next, not knowing who he's going to face at WrestleMania, not knowing if he'll ever face someone at WrestleMania Vegas this year. How will he get back to Rollins? How will he take down Rollins now? Because that win at War Games, all that momentum has been killed off in one single match. To Elimination Chamber. Reigns has qualified for the Chamber, you know. He went through 2 qualifying matches to get there. Rollins made it tough. His team tried to make it tough. But Reigns fought through. With the help of Jey Uso and the others of Sami Zayn, all them, Reigns got into the Chamber. And throughout the match, he's doing very, very well. Picking up eliminations, you know. Eliminating the likes of Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight. And Reigns is getting down to the final couple now. This is where he has the chance, his final chance to face Seth Rollins. But before Reigns can capitalise, you know, he looks like he's about to win. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed do come down the aisle. You know, Seth Rollins' right and left-hand man are coming down. They're not letting Reigns win. They're not letting Reigns get close to Rollins. But before they can get inside the chamber, Jey Uso comes out. And they think, Uso's by itself, easy. But out comes Jimmy Uso as well. Reuniting the Usos. Once again, taking down Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Taking them out to the backstage area. Not letting them get near the ring. Reigns with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins the Elimination Chamber for the second time in his career. And is now confirmed. Roman Reigns will face Seth Rollins at Wrestlemania 42 in Las Vegas once again for the World Heavyweight Championship. His final ever chance to end this beef and be victorious. If he wins, everything's on top of the world. He has finally done it. Another world title, but he's finally put Seth Rollins' thing to bed of him never having that proper win over Seth Rollins. Finally, being the guy out of the Shield to be the successor. But if he loses once again to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania and has another WrestleMania loss for a 3rd year straight, Reigns' repertoire is slowly dying. And he will never, ever get that win over Seth Rollins in whatever match, for a title or not. He will never, ever get to pin Seth Rollins properly. And that'll always be something that will hold him back in a GOAT conversation. But the returning Usos challenge Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to a WrestleMania match on night 1. And then Roman Reigns faces Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So then, it all comes down to this. Rollins, Reigns, World Heavyweight Championship. Reigns got what he wanted. Even in the step up at the Royal Rumble, he got through. He went through hurdles for this. His family helped him out. The OG bloodline got him back here. And over the course of the road to WrestleMania, Reigns is apologising to everyone, realising that if he didn't have these lot, he wouldn't even be near a WrestleMania match with anyone. He wouldn't have got on the card. And he would not be fighting for a world title and finally having a chance to take down Seth Rollins once and for all. So he thanks and apologises to Jey Uso for everything that he put him through over the last 5 years. Same goes to Jimmy Uso and Sami Zayn. But here we are then. Reigns got his chance to finally get that win over Rollins. The match we've all been waiting for. Just Rollins and Reigns. We know at WrestleMania 41 it was Rollins, Reigns, Punk. But it didn't feel like the same tension was there. It didn't feel like that Shield tension was there, you know. They didn't really get to have that proper match. So Rollins Reigns this year in Vegas, in WrestleMania, has finally going to happen. It's finally going to happen. So here we go then. Obviously, earlier in the night, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker defeated the Usos for a big, big WrestleMania win, taking down Jey and Jimmy, which Roman gets a bit worried of, you know. His bloodline, they're weakened. They're not the same now. And Reigns has got everything against him. Breaker, Reed, even Paige, Carmelo Hayes can all come out to cost him. Even Paul Heyman can pull some shenanigans against Reigns. Roman Reigns is worried. Everything is against him now. So both men stand in the ring, making their iconic entrances, and the titles raise up to the sky. With Paul Heyman in the corner of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns with no one by his side. Just an hula file around his neck. Here they go. They battle it out, with both men getting upper hands throughout the match. But over time, we see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come down to the aisle. They finally take down Roman Reigns. Jey and Jimmy come out to try and help, but there's just too many. The numbers are stacking. Jey and Jimmy are weakened, and a dirty spear by Braun Breaker to both of them takes them out for the match. Sami Zayn comes out, having his match, whoever, against. He gets taken out as well. It's just too strong, Rollins' faction. And Rollins thinks, pure ride now, it's easy. But before Rollins can do anything, family is always thicker than water. Not fat. Blood is always thicker than water. Not family. Blood is always thicker than water. Zilla Fatu and Jacob Fatu come down to take down Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Finally getting the numbers game back to even. Roman Reigns' plan wants to used to be in Seth Rollins' side now. But he is the guy who feels like the Cody Rhodes in this story. Jacob Fatu and Zilla Fatu take out Rollins and all of them. Reigns with a Superman punch to Rollins. Paul Heyman knows it's in danger. And 2, not 2, 3 dirty spears to Seth Rollins. 1, 2, 3. Rollins is done. Reigns wins the World Heavyweight Championship, finally pinning Seth Rollins, and especially at WrestleMania, to end the beef. Reigns has done it. He takes down Seth Rollins once and for all. It has finally happened. Reigns, with his whole bloodline of Jake Fatu, Zilla Fatu, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn, raised the World Heavyweight Championship high, with the pyro setting off. Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins' faction absolutely furious and devastated. Rollins knows that his own game, got turned against him. And it was all now worry of what happens after WrestleMania. But Roman Reigns walks out with everyone finally forgiving him, and Reigns forgiving everyone, making things right. Roman Reigns sets off as the OTC, and once was an undisputed champion who is a selfish and a narcissist, is now a respectful, understanding, and a family champion. Roman Reigns won this title for them. He won the title for the Samoan dynasty. He won it to end beef and finally make things better. So there you have it. Roman Reigns ends WrestleMania 42 as World Heavyweight Champion. And he rides up into the sunset with his bloodline, the OG bloodline, ending things again with Seth Rollins once and for all. So there you have it. That was my build-up and how things will go for Seth Rollins vs Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. So thank you very much if you got all this way. It means a lot to you watch this video all the way. Once again, smash the like and subscribe button to the flipping channel. And I'll see you a lot soon. Goodbye, guys.